You know what's funny? I have nothing for sale. Absolutely nothing for sale. I'm not selling anything. I'm giving away a product of knowledge. All I'm asking is to try and move it on. I get 100 hits a week. This is not for sale. This is absolutely not for sale. There's no money involved in this. What's involved in this is everybody's safety, mental safety. The internet gets cut down, something gets cut off, there's an excuse, the aliens are coming. Don't believe that. If there's any aliens, okay, then it would be their side of the aliens, and they would be mean against us. So if there's their side of the aliens, then there's our side of the aliens. Okay? The aliens don't have a mean side, because if the aliens had no opposition, the aliens would all be good within themselves, and therefore they'd have nowhere to go. But the calling upon the aliens, the understanding of what and who we are, is so far-fetched from everybody just thinking that we're just natural human beings on this earth that we grew. No, that's not us. We're a pack of spermatozoids. It flows in the air, what we breathe all the time. It's what constantly rebuilds us inside the air element that we breathe. We are spots and dots in the middle of our mind, of two eyes, that vision, of one mouth that barks. You know, the one mouth that barks that I came up with is, you know why there's no moons on Mercury and Venus? Because Mercury's moon is our big mouth here. And the Venus moon, okay, let me take a look at it. And the Venus moon is our eyes. And that's why they say we have the eyes of our mother. Okay, now if I take a look at this logical design that I made, it shows the nose, okay, is what's at the end of the mouth, and the eyes, that means behind the eyes, which would be the brain. So A and B, Mercury and Venus, is man's brain. And then it's the soul of who he is. And if you take a look at this picture, if you can see it, hold it. You see, over here, whoop, over here, there's a nose and an eye and the back of the brain. See where he's sitting here on his mother's ass? Okay? The brain's up at the top here with the ass is down here. It says ABC creation. Man sits on his brains. It's funny, isn't it? So when they say your brains are up your butt and they want to shove a finger up there, we all know why. So that's why I guess that area is pretty special. It was added on later. The back of the head, okay, is the shell that comes from the mother's egg. So what we get is we get that design. Now, the question is now, where did that design come from? That design came from removing 1 and 2 in the number system and just using 3, 4, 5, 6, removing 7 and removing 9, because that's the neck area. You only need the 1 in the middle to hold your neck. So you add the numbers there, it becomes 18 and 8, 26. And the number 26 stands for the human that you are. It stands for the head, the whole head. Like man, like the earth stands within itself, number 26. So if you ever see 62, 26, it means the queen, the dog, the bear, they're all subject to those numbers, and they do play those roles because God's the polar bear, mother's the cat, the lion, and there are all these animals in the Chinese astrology. That's how they are represented and what their jobs that they do, where they are at certain times of the year, more than any other times in the year. And I'm trying to set it up right here. This is the roulette board. Okay, I just had to redesign the roulette board here. And this one point down here, over here, would be the 14, and then over here would be the 23. And then in between would be the 17 and 20, splitting the first 18. It splits it right here. But if you take a look, it also looks like an animal. 2 eyes, 1 on each side, the beak, the mouth. the little mouth they have here, or the little mouth they have here, which this is a representation of the fleur-de-lis. This right here is how we turn, how we're being turned, like chickens in an oven. It's funny because it's almost like it's almost like I'm there. I can see it happening. I see what's happening to us. It's really all weirded out. It's even hard to explain, even as much as I can see it. That we're toasting and turning, and try to see through that sky today. You can't see nothing. Try to see a star. You have to force to see that star because of what happens through the day shine. It's crazy. God is close to us for sure. Either I'm completely going to be wrong in this book, or I'm going to completely be right. But for me, there's no in between. And I have a deadline also that I created for myself. I have to be alive. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, so for all of you that are watching, you think that life is not fun, you have to create its fun. Okay? Wouldn't you like it to be in the Matrix and the guy says, oh, my food tastes like nothing, my food tastes like nothing. Or when you eat your food and you taste it, say, oh my God, it tastes like something. Oh my God, I'm reading this book and this is so crazy. You have to go inside things to get out what you want. Just like your fruits and your vegetables, you got to go in with your mind and dig it out down at the bottom. Well, if you don't want to, well, then you're going to turn your life into what it's all about right now. A little upside down, maybe like mine. But that's okay. You can turn your computer the other way or flick me the other way. Because I'm coming out to myself and see myself, I know I'm straight up, but I see me talking upside down. So I see these lips moving. It's pretty cool. Yeah, man. Here come my mouth lips. They're moving, eh? They call me Rango. Hey, Rango. Yeah, so where were we? Oh, there's so many things. I'm going to just show you another one of my drawings, which this is what they call the 323 sign. Right here, down here. And that's the Trinity, the way the system is set up, the prism system is set up. It's 3 and 3 and 3. And 2 in the center here do not work when these two work. 2 in the center, up and down, are not working. They're working in him. Okay? Because if you see, there's a top, like an Indian tent, and then there's an underneath to this. There's an underneath row, a flat row, the floor, what runs into the sky and under the floor. Just like they have right now in the Mediterranean and that Baltic, and up there, oh my God, Turkey, don't let them go around you, Turkey. Syria, stand up. You have nothing to fear, my friends. I don't care what your Bible is like. I was watching somebody read it. Syria, you have nothing to fear. Lebanon, you have nothing to fear. Like you said, the silence has been a long time. A generation has passed, 40 years. Within the next son, maybe the age of 18. Chai, lucky. Do not back down. Israelis, do not move. Watch out. The Israelis much watch out because they are small. In the first place, they're going to attack is the Israelis. Why? And how will they attack the Israelis? In the worst possible way. You want to hear how the worst possible way is? When you can't trust your friends anymore. That's how the worst possible way. It's going to be a friend that's just going to walk on in and waltz on all over and decide that, oh my God, they're planning something. We have to take over. Israel, do not let them in. Saudi Arabia, stand up behind Israel and stand up behind Lebanon and stand up behind Jordan and stand up with Lebanon and stand up with Syria. It's going to take all of you guys because you were here, you've seen the beginning, you know what it's all about. You must stand and march up to Syria as the Russians come in to protect. Everybody must show the love and the will because it was the Middle East that began it all, and it's going to be the Middle East that saves it all. You are the men in the Middle East right now. Do not let them in. They are not your neighbors, okay? You saw what happened. Europe is Europe. Let them stay there. America's America. Let them stay there. Don't let anybody in. No more communication, connection, attachment for what anybody. If somebody wants to go around and use a European connection to a satellite, then go ahead. But it seems like somebody wants to set this whole thing up, so it's not like that anymore. And my picture disappeared. Oh, it's back here again. You understand what I'm saying? When once world takes all the communication, they now have the power and the energy of yo-ho. Who's that yo-ho in the water? Yo, it's Quebec, and it's electrical and water supply. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Somebody's got their own path to electricity, to something that's going and going and going. And who's using it, and why are they using it, and what do they need it for, and how much is the water bill in the U.S.? Can somebody tell me what the water bill is in the U.S.? What's the consumption of water in the U.S. right now? What's going on? And don't forget about Maine. Oh my God, Maine, Vermont, all those poor guys out there who served the army. They always use them like tadpoles. Why? Because that's the connection. That's the viewpoint, my friend. That's the bunny rabbit in the hat. From Maine, you see everything. You see the left, you see the right. I see up, I see down. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? They came around Newfoundland. Where was the Maine? Where was the engine? They came on by. You know what I'm saying? So it's just this one big wild game. And the way I see it in Monopoly is Quebec is where the free parking is. Okay? Because we're right up to the North Pole, and everybody knows you can't screw with the North Pole. Okay, so you can't screw with Quebec because God's here and God ain't going to be too happy. So Quebec gets the free parking. And then you got four sides of the board. You have the Oriental, okay, which is that light blue in the Baltic. So Oriental and Baltic say you have the landman and you have under the water in both Asian and down in the Middle East. And then you have the other side where you have the orange, which is New York and all the cities around the U.S., Pennsylvania, with short line. Don't forget communication, short line trains. Don't forget short lines, my friend. Everything comes together in a prism, in a prison, in a prism of short lines, okay? And they reconnect and connect and disconnect, and you can be just disconnected. That's the way it is. Can they change the what's in your mind? Well, didn't you see on The Matrix what happened? He was all screwed up because what they were doing to his mind. They cannot change in your mind. They can only burn it out. Now the thing is I don't even think that our central system is in our bodies at all. I think we are beamed on in from somewhere else, and we're replaying somewhere else. We're just this little crystal ball or nickel ball in the middle of our head, and if it dies, it doesn't matter. We weren't here anyways. The real play of who we are is millions of miles away on Earth while the kids use us to play. But we get to use ourselves. Once we're alive, we get to use who we are. But when we're dead, you do the whole rigmarole, you know, because the body, it's not a thing that you're doing. It's the body. It's an automatic thing of the body to do. You're not thinking, oh yeah, I'm dying 1 minute. Oh, I'm not dead yet? Fuck. Hey, I'm out of sync there. You want to back up the video? You mind if I have a smoke? So we might be actually somewhere else. And now the thing goes like this. We die, but we're not a good person. So we cannot, our mind cannot go right back to the first beam. Our mind has to go to a correctional center where that ball of who you are spins around, and you have to see who you are. Do we put you back here? Are you a lost case? Did you have how many chances? And then the person who's playing, you'll say, well, I give up on this guy. Well, you give up on him, you lose the guy. So the angel never wants to give up. So he says, okay, we're going to go another session, put him back into life. So you see, what we don't know, our angel knows everything of all our past lives, but once you get back to heaven, you'll start to remember all your lives. They're going to just go, oh my God, that's who I was. Oh my God, that's who I was. I didn't remember this one. Well, guess what? That's the one you just were. You say, oh yeah, you're right, that's the one. You see, you won't actually visualize that this was your last life at the beginning. It'll take you a little bit of time. You'll be looking through and go, I was on the Titanic. Oh, that was cool, man. That was cool. That was scary shit, you know. Okay. Oh, yes. 1822. Oh, my God. We were with the Indians smoking ganja. Yeah, we were with the Indians. And in 1322, oh, my God, we smoked weed. We were doing poppies. Yeah, we did poppies. They showed us a certain way on how to do poppies. Poppies were here so that you can hop the mind inside and see the actual interior of the other world. But no one today will support you on anything. And because there's no support and it's all a report, everybody's sending, hey, he's doing poppies, send him in, lock him up. This world is just a hold on, who did I didn't tell on next. Oh my God, I was on the Titanic anyways. Sure, I was Jack Dawson. He wasn't there, right? He's not even a real character. So was I there? You know what? I was there long enough to know that it was a highway robbery. And they weren't even on the highway. All set up. Maybe you've listened to one of my other videos. Pour celui-là qui parle le français, là, le Titanic, là, c'était tout arrangé. La madame, puis le gars, c'était même pas vrai dans l'histoire. Il a ajouté de ça dans une histoire. C'était une chose de fuck. Des fucks, c'est des gars qui sont très bons sur l'océan. Puis ils étaient là pour d'autres, ils étaient payés pour voler, puis écraser le Titanic. Puis il l'a tout fait. Puis c'est pour ça, dans le film, tu l'as jamais vu, le glacier, plus qu'une shot, parce que c'était fabriqué. Puis il y a des fois qu'il va montrer le glacier, parce que c'est fabriqué comme ça pour une raison. Le Dieu il a fait ça de même, pour que le gars il pense comme ça, et le glacier était là juste assez de temps qu'on voit le point de le glacier. Mais ça n'existe même pas. Okay? Parce que si ça existait, il y a des caméras, 1915 déjà, il y a des caméras. Hein? Il y avait assez des photos de Titanic. En plus, le baptisé n'était pas baptisé. Ça, c'est une indication que même il l'a fait dans le film, même qu'ici il rentre, tout le monde compte. C'est juste une expression que Dieu l'a dit, OK, il va le faire ça comme ça, qu'un jour, il va y avoir une ou plusieurs de personnes qui vont dire, ah, cette implication, c'était très importante. Il n'était pas baptisé. C'est-à-dire, c'est pas pour retourner. Je me suis dit, c'était comme vendu ailleurs. C'était pas vendu pas en tout. Mais c'était qu'est-ce qu'il a porté était vendu. OK, merci, thank you.